Hi, alright. So we have end our all the formula. We have talked about the formula for the n term for arithmetic and geometric, and the sum of the first n term of arithmetic and geometric, and also the sum to infinity specific for geometric series, right? So okay, now how we're going to use the formula to solve some application in our daily life, right? So there are some examples that I'm going to discuss. So let's look at the first example here. So the question said that a trapezium-shaped theater is designed such that the number of chairs in successive rows are in arithmetic progression. Theater, right? So you have theater, means like a cinema, right? So the first row of chair contain 12 chairs, right? You have 12 chairs. You have 12 chairs for the first row, right? Your first row, you have 12 chairs. So then followed by how many chairs? So then the question saying that, and the last row contains 63 chairs, right? The last row contains 63 chairs. So there are 18 rows altogether. So this is the 80th row, right? 80th rows. So why? Because there are total how many rows? There are 18 rows, 18 baris. So ini yang ke-18 because the last row is the 80th row, which is 63 chairs, and the first row got 12 chairs. So means maybe that there is a screen here, right? There is a screen here. So this is your, you have total, it's getting, you have 18 row, right? Okay, so then the question said, find the number of chairs in the theater. The trapeze is such that the number of chairs in the successive row are in arithmetic progression. Means that okay, I repeat the question, a trapezium. So this one may be a trapezium shape, alright? A trapezium shape, alright? So means this one is a almost like a trapezium shape. So this is a theater. So, and this theater, the design is such that the first row is 12, the last row is 63, and total you have 18 row. So and the design, the number of chair in a successive row are in arithmetic, means they are increased. Okay, you adding this, the chair here is more than the chair here by a constant. Alright, they have a common difference. Okay, common difference. So the question is asking us to find the number of chairs in the theater, right? So you have 12 chairs here. So I don't know here got how many chairs, but I want to know total up there are how many chairs, right? So actually the question here is refer to what is the thing that they are interested about. Right, so you know that if you want to total up all this, it's actually the sum, right? It's actually related to the sum. Okay, since this is an arithmetic, right? They said this is an arithmetic. So arithmetic, your n term is a plus n minus 1d, right? N minus 1d, and your Sn is n over 2, 2a plus n minus 1d, and for arithmetic, you have special, you have one more formula, which is a plus l. A plus l. So of course you want to find the number of chairs here. The number of chairs means you're going to add 12 chairs plus with the T2. This is your T1. Row 1 is T1. This is T18, right? So T1 plus T2 plus T18 means that you are actually have 18 rows, right? Very easy. You have already know you have 18 rows. Means the n here is S18, right? Is S18. How we know it's S18? Because there are 18 rows of chairs, right? So you will have T1 plus up to T18. Then actually you apply this formula is better. Why? Because you know the first term. The first term is 12 and the last term is 63. So you have to apply this formula. It's easier compared to apply this formula. So you have 18 over 2, n over 2. The first row you have 12 chairs, right? 12 chairs, and the last row you have 63, right? So when you go to cinema, TGV or golden screen cinema, you can actually see if there is if the cinema is looked like this way, it means that they are keep adding the same number of chairs. So you count, you can just take the first row number of chairs, the last row, and you count how many row. You apply this formula, you will get to know how many chairs is in the cinema, right? So 18 over 2, you have 9, right? 12 plus 63, 12 plus 63, you have, 12 plus 63, you have 75. Okay, 9 times 75, 9 times 75, you have 675 chairs, right? So there are how many chairs there? So the number of chairs in the theaters is 675 chairs. Wow, very big, right? You can include up to 675 people inside the cinema. So B, this is for A. So for B, the question is asking you to find the number of chairs in the fifth row. This one very specific. They want to know the fifth row got how many chairs, right? The fifth row, first row, the fifth row. So of course you will apply this formula, right? Apply this formula. So the fifth row, right? The fifth row. So your A, the first term is 12, right? So you have to 12A plus n minus 1, the fifth minus the 1, and the common difference, right? But the common difference here, you don't know the common difference, right? You don't know the common difference. So how to find the common difference, right? How to find the common difference? You can using the last row. You can using the last row to find the value of D, right? Anything, all right? You can use the last row because the last row is T18, right? Your last row is T18. Okay, T18. T18 is 63 chairs, right? 63 chairs. So A, you know lah. A here is 12 plus 18 minus 1 D, right? You can find the D first, right? You need the value of D so that you can find the fifth row. So you take 18 minus 1, you have 17D, right? 17D, 63. 63 minus with 12, you have 51. So D is 3, right? 51 divided by 17 is you have 3. So means that the T2, if you want to know the number of chairs in T2, you add by 3, right? Add by 3. So you have 15 chairs, right? 15 chairs, add by 3. So never mind, we want to find the fifth row, we straight away using the formula. So you have, now you know that your D, this is 4, your D is 3, right? Your D is 3. So 12 plus 4 times 3. So you have 24 chairs, right? So it means the fifth row, you have 24 chairs. Okay, this type of question, you must very good in applying formula. You know what is the which formula to use, right? To use and why you need to use this formula, right? You must able to explain and convince yourself. All right. Hope you can understand.